Capricorn Risings 2021 is a funny, interesting year because after being so activated in the line of fire as objectively the most difficultly aspected sign for the past few years, it's now not really about you anymore, and instead you're learning humility with no longer being the focal point of the struggle. If you're excited to see what the astrology, tarot, and oracle deck cards have to say about you for 2021, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. This video is brought to you by my very own Astrology Academy course. This course is a comprehensive deep dive into the foundations of Western astrology. This includes history, philosophy, technical concepts, counseling considerations, and a step-by-step guide to reading a chart. If this new year feels like a year to dive into the study of the structure of reality through the stars and the planets and everything astrology, now's a good time to get on that, and you can catch both that and my Manifestation Mysteries of the Moon course and my free webinars to start your learning journey all down below. Hi, I'm Maren. I am a professional astrologer, author, and philosophy student. I combine traditional Hellenistic astrological techniques with modern psychological counseling dynamics in order to provide grounded spiritual guidance with my astrology. So major planetary alignments. We start out with a Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in your Aquarius second house. I have a full video on the Great Conjunction down below, which is very important because this is like the biggest transit of the next few years, few decades. Like, it's a big deal. And it's happening in your second house of finances and possessions. So this is a commitment to seriousness and maturity and challenge for long-term growth around money for you. Pretty clear cut, pretty clear cut. This will be square to Mars in Taurus in your fifth house in the beginning of the year. So it does indicate that you are weighing out how to have the abundance mindset to invest in your creativity and it's kind of like, it's okay to spend. You're not going to go crazy. It's okay to treat yourself. It is okay to actually put money back into the economy in some ways. This is an indication of like, what do I put my creativity monetarily wise? What do I do with that, and how do I save money maturely? There's a tension there. And Saturn, especially square Uranus in Taurus, there is a tendency for you to want to put all your eggs in your creative basket or go back and forth between like investing and really setting free on your side hustle or your creative passion and being like, wait, do I save it all? There's this tension there. So specifically February 17th, June 14th, and December 24th will be very precise activations of this push-pull energy between guarding and being mature about your money and investing and breaking free into your creativity. Major planetary transits. We have 3 Mercury retrogrades. First one, January 30th to February 19th in your Aquarius second house. Rethinking finances, square one. Big emphasis on the beginning of the year. Next Mercury retrograde is May 29th to June 22nd in your Gemini sixth house of illness, health, and coworkers. So this could be a time of like medical records or even managing people beneath you. It's just more confusing. Doesn't really mean like health issues necessarily, but like confusing shit around the records with that. Finally, September 27th to October 18th, Merc retro in your Libra 10th house of career. So all very dealing with reality houses are being activated for the Mercury retrogrades in the air signs. So just be careful around the paperwork regarding those house topics when those times of year come up. Not a big deal, but a little thing to be aware of. There's a Venus retrograde that we end the year in your first house of self. So December 19th to January 29th of next year, we have a Venus retrograde in your Capricorn first house. After being completely pummeled by the universe over the past few years, this Venus retrograde is kind of like so what's left for you to value about yourself? Like, what are your real self values now that you are left here, bare bones and all? So bit of an end of the year preview there, but the whole year, Jupiter is in your Aquarius second house. Growth, optimism, and abundance around finances for you. However, Jupiter will move quickly enough to move into Pisces at the middle of the year. So May 13th to July 28th, Jupiter will peak into Pisces for a couple months. This is a big deal because Jupiter rules Pisces. It's great when planets are in our own signs. It's even more great when the planet is the most large, beneficent gas giant in the sky. So third house is communication, siblings, routine, content creation, day-to-day output. If there's something that you need to start regarding like a blog or communication or writing, May into July is an amazing time to do that. You can get a lot done if you initiate something around May to July. Otherwise, the planet of growth and expansion attention is in your financial house. Saturn, the planet of limitation, challenge, your ruling ascendant planet, is also in the second house of finances. So it's this maturity to long-term growth. Whether that is creating a product that brings in income, I know that's kind of on my mind, or that is being more mature in the way that you allocate your budget, that's something as well. Uranus is still in your Taurus 5th house. So liberation, creativity, romance, or getting these like liberatory, shocking, really rebellious qualities in your life where you're breaking free into your creative self. You might also be undergoing some shocks or some unusual ups and downs with romance or with children in your life, and that'll continue until 2025. Eclipses for you. So the major collective themes are ending up in areas of life for you. June 10th, there's a solar eclipse in your Gemini 6th house, a new beginning for the second half of the year that involves a breakdown that you're building off of with illness, injury, or coworkers. It could be you're now interested in health, you're now interested in taking care of your body. It could also be that you're now stepping up into a management position where you have people that you are managing beneath you to deal with. November 19th, there's a partial lunar eclipse in your Taurus 5th house. It is out of sign. The North Node is still in Gemini in your 6th house, and you are having this eclipse out of sign here. But November 19th is the beginning of a final big 6-month chapter with romance, creativity, or children. Maybe you're launching or releasing a project that over 6 months like finalizes and culminates, or maybe you're saying goodbye to a romantic chapter in your life as well. Finally, December 4th, there is a total solar eclipse in your Sagittarius 12th house. Solar eclipses are big new beginnings that come off of the back of a big breakdown, empty slate. So your 12th house is self-undoing, self-destructive habits, internal spiritual practices. It's a very isolated world. This is a big new beginning for the end of next year, end of this year into next year, around spiritual practices that maybe you are setting out on a psychological or a self-development journey, or you're like, I am done with these poor habits because it's no longer me suffering. I have to deal with this shit. So if you already have thoughts around the astrology coming up for you in 2021, let me know down below how this sounds for you. Now let's move into the tarot and oracle deck cards. Tarot card for Capricorn Risings. I always get excited about my own rising sign. We have the Nine of Swords reversed, and this is a card that we like to see reversed because upright is the Lord of mental cruelty. It is aggressive thoughts, intrusive thoughts, worst case scenario thinking that comes true. Inverted, it's literally like there's nothing to worry about here. The situation won't be stressful. I think this has to do with your money because there's so many financial activations that this is like, chill girl, calm down, it's gonna be okay. Law of Attraction card for Cap Risings. My every relationship can now feel better. By intending, as you are moving into a segment of relationships, to focus upon your points of harmony, to give your great attention not to what you are disagreeing about, but to the things you agree upon, that is the resolution in all relationships. For when you focus on what you do not like, by the law of attraction, you solicit more of what you do not want. So relationships in all parts of life, not just like romantic relationships or interpersonal relationships, but your relationship to everything, by focusing on what you want to expand, financially especially, resource-wise especially, that will be the tone of the patterning. If you enjoyed this and you would like to check out my courses and my offerings down below, everything is listed in the description for you to get started on as we enter 2021. So check out the Astrology Academy, the Manifestation Mysteries of the Moon, any other goodies I have going on there. Otherwise, make sure to like, subscribe, do all of the things, and let me know down below what you are claiming in 2021 for you. What are you seeking out based on these transits and what you feel like going after? Let me know. Otherwise, sending all the love, and I will see you in the next one.
There is one